Hey there, Tweety Bird. What are you reading? Oh, The Secret Garden? That's a good book. I've read it a couple times. Are you enjoying it so far? Oh, really? This isn't your first time reading it? Then I assume it's a good book by your standards, yes? That's good. Something we have in common. Speaking of which, there's something I wanted to ask you. It's about one of our differences. Do you mind if I pry you away from your reading for a moment? Yes, of course, I'll be quick. It's just one question. Alright, thank you. What I wanted to ask was, why don't you play tag with the rest of us? Do we bother you at all? Oh, sorry. I know I said only one question, but I was already starting to fill in some possible answers. Oh? It isn't that? What is it then? I'd hate for you to feel left out. You just aren't fond of tag? I see. Well, in that case, I have another question for you. Don't worry, it's just as quick. May I ask it? Why are you lying to me? You know exactly what I'm talking about, Tweety Bird. Don't try to hide it. You and I used to play tag all the time, and you would go on and on about how much you loved it. Granted, people can change over time, but that wouldn't explain why you would lose your passion for something you loved so much. Really? You just don't like it anymore? Alright then. How about you prove it? Play with us, just for a little while, and if you still don't like it, we'll never bother you again. But if you like it, you have to play with us at least once every week, okay? Huh? Why not? Come on, you said yourself that this isn't your first time reading that book. You can put it down for a moment, don't you think? Please. We really miss spending time with you, Tweety Bird. Right, sorry. I'll stop calling you that. I keep forgetting that you don't like being called Tweety Bird. I think the nickname suits you, though, if you want my opinion. Why do I think it suits you? Well, I suppose nowadays it really doesn't. It mostly suited the person you used to be. You were always so cheerful. You'd play with us all the time. You'd talk with us, play with us. Sometimes you'd even sing with the younger ones. But now, I don't know what's changed. It isn't bad that you've changed, of course. The change was just so sudden that now everything else feels off, you know? What's changed? Well, as I said, you used to be very cheerful, very playful, but nowadays, you mostly just sit by yourself and read. You act like Ray, honestly. Oh, I'm sorry. I really didn't mean it in a bad way. I do like the person you are. It's very nice that you're so quiet. It's a nice change of pace from the little ones. However, I know they miss you, and I miss you too. I want to understand what happened. Huh? What do you mean, they happened? Yes, I remember when there were fewer kids here. Why do you ask? Oh, I'm sorry then. I really didn't mean to bother you with this. It makes sense now why you've changed. You feel overwhelmed by all the kids that are here, right? They used to always cling to you like you were their guardian. It was adorable when it was just a few of them, but I can see why all of them clinging to you would be rather annoying. Really? That's why you don't play tag anymore? Do they follow you around even when we're playing? I see. I have an idea then, if you're willing to hear me out. What if just the two of us play? You and me, one-on-one. What would you say to that? Why would we do that? Come on, don't try to hide it. You and I both know that we've been best friends ever since we met each other. You love tag just as much as I do, and you're far better at it than I am. Come on, what do you say? Just one quick game, just the two of us. None of the other kids will bother us. Well, it's lunchtime now, and if I recall, you tend to bring lunch outside so you can eat it while you read, right? I've been watching you for a while, trying to work up the nerve to ask if you wanted to play with us. I know it seems odd since we've always been thick as thieves, but I don't know. Ever since you started distancing yourself, I've been more nervous when approaching you. I guess I'm just afraid that I'll say the wrong thing and you'll cut yourself off from us completely. Is that silly? It isn't silly? Oh, of course. You just meant that my feelings weren't silly. But my fear is irrational, right? It has no basis in truth? That's good. All right then. Do you want to run while I try to find you? All right then. How long do you want me to wait before looking for you? 2 minutes? All right, and when will we begin? All right. 3, 2, 1, go! Just look at them run. Goodness, they haven't lost any of their speed. I never realized how much I missed their company until now. We used to play all the time, after all. I remember the first time we ever played together. It was late one winter's evening. It was getting really cold, but Mom said that we could still play as long as we stayed close to the house. I remember we were having a snowball fight. They kept throwing snowballs at me, but they always missed, even when I was right in front of them. I asked them why, and I can't believe they said this. They said that we were such close friends they couldn't bear to throw a snowball at me. Oh goodness. I remember I buried my face in the snow just to prove that it would be okay. Of course, the next day I found out it wasn't. Even when I was sick and no one else was allowed near me, Emma brought them to see me. Mom forced Emma to keep her distance from me, but they always waited until Mom fell asleep to sneak in my room and say goodnight. I remember a week after. Oh dear. I wonder if they still remember getting sick. I would assume that they do. After all, it wasn't that long ago, was it? No. So much has changed, but so little time has passed. So odd to think about it now. Oh, it's almost time for me to find them. I shouldn't keep them waiting like this. All right. Ready or not, here I come. I wonder if they still use the same old tricks they used to use. I'm sure they do. Although, there is a chance that they've been playing by themselves. After all, they do have a lot of free time. Maybe they've been practicing. No, I highly doubt that. They usually spend all their time alone, reading. Just like Ray. And they used to be as cheerful as Emma. It's so odd. It seems as if both personalities were captured in one person. So very odd, but so very endearing as well. I miss seeing their smile. I wonder when I'll get to see it again. If at all. Hopefully, if all goes according to plan. I should be able to see them smile again one day. That sounded like a little bird. But at the same time, it was like no bird I've ever heard before. Oh, I see. Hello there, Tweety Bird. Did you think I wouldn't look up? Well, I hate to disappoint you, but your hiding spot isn't as good as you thought. Come down, would you? There you go. Are you okay? I'm glad I was able to catch you. You aren't hurt, are you? Don't worry about me. I'm perfectly fine. You, on the other hand, you were living up to your name, weren't you, little Tweety Bird? Nope, you're never going to live that down. I remember when we first came up with that nickname for you. You were sick, remember? You kept sneezing and you sounded like a little bird. Of course I remember. I never stopped calling you Tweety Bird. How could I ever forget when I started? Really? Tweety Bird, you're my best friend and my closest sibling. Do you really think I'd forget something so important? Tweety Bird, no matter how much you change, no matter how much you distance yourself, you're always going to be a part of our family, all right? And that means that you're always going to be a part of my family. And I love every member of my family. So I love you too, okay? No matter what happens, no matter how much we change. All right? Good. Now, are you ready to head back inside? Huh? You're mumbling again. I thought we worked on this habit of yours. Come on, speak up. Really? You want to play another round? All right then. 2 minutes, starting in 3, 2, 1.